Alright everybody, I know my last two videos have been memoirs. Today I'm getting away from that for a little bit. I know there will be more because I know I've read more. I kind of got on a memoir kick there for a second. But either way, with that being said, today I am reviewing Run Rose Run by Dolly Parton by Queen. Yes, I purposely wore her shirt because it's her book. And James Patterson. This is the first thing I've read of James Patterson's, but I've heard that a lot of his stuff is really good. So if any of you have read anything of his and enjoyed it, please feel free to recommend it. I'm always taking recommendations, no matter what it is. So with that being said, I had me a little outline over here because I feel like I ramble too much. So, yeah. So this was a very good read. Short chapters, which I love. How did I word that? If a book has too long of chapters, you start to lose me. Like, I can absolutely love the book, but if they're longer chapters, the closer I get to the end, I find myself either like skimming the chapter or trying to just read it faster just so I can get through it. But this had short chapters and it was pretty good. So, so if you haven't heard of it or read it, it follows a girl who's run away from home, hence the run in the title. How did I say that? Yeah. So she runs away from home, changes her name, all that good junk. To the point in the beginning, you're kind of like, okay, where did you get the name Rose? Because she's introduced as Annie Lee. As the story progresses, you figure out her past and everything, and that's what she's running away from. And so, let me see. So she goes to Nashville, and she slowly rises up into stardom, which I'm sure you hear a lot of music artists starting in Nashville or some place like that. But she starts out at this little local bar that agreed to let her sing. One night she's performing, and the love interest, I can't remember names now, go figure. But the love interest is there, and another one of the main characters, he texts her and he's like, you gotta come hear this girl. And for a while she refuses, and then finally she just shows up. She hears her, and she kind of decides to take her in and take her under her wing, and then you see her rise to stardom from there, and it's really good. In fact, I started it, but I didn't finish it, so I lent it to my mom because I knew she'd probably read it faster than I would. But then she gave it back to me, and I breezed through it. Like, it was really good. So, in my opinion, you can definitely see the touches of Dolly. Just in some of the songs and lyrics and stuff, and then some of the traits of the characters or descriptions of some of the things in the book. I definitely felt the Dolly touch in it, but you know, hey. So with that being said, I literally started it the same day I finished Matthew Perry's book on January 23rd. And I finished it on February 1st. So I finished it in a little over a week. Let's see, where was I at? Well, I was working at Walmart, so I didn't always have time to read. So that's the only reason it took me as long as it did, just because working at Walmart, I didn't always have time. But that being said, I enjoyed it, but I didn't think I'd read it again. So once again, this book went to McKay's. And I know every book I've reviewed so far has went to McKay's, but I promise I've kept some. I promise, it's coming. But this one was a good enough read that if I needed something to read and I was just in the mood for it, I would go find it and buy it and read it again. Like, I did, I enjoyed it. And even my mom said she enjoyed it. And I think she's read some James Patterson because of that, and she said that any of his stuff that she's read is good. And so And that's even why I'm saying if y'all have any James Patterson recommendations, send them my way, because if it's anything like Run Rose Run, I think I'm going to enjoy it. But either way, I guess that's all I got for you. So with that, that's my review of Run Rose Run.